Hello everyone, I'm Normulator, and welcome back to our Rise of Sicily campaign. This is our very first YouTube series for Imperator Rome, and I think it is going pretty well so far. And I hope you are really enjoying it as well. Certainly as much as I am, because it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of good wars in here and expanded ourselves. It's been pretty dicey though. When last we spoke, things got pretty precarious. There was even a moment of weakness where I may or may not have proclaimed this series over. But we did persevere. We were able to get a favorable peace deal with the Romans just in time to deal with the Civil War, which actually didn't turn out to be all that difficult to put down, despite the fact that the mechanics of said Civil War were kind of broken. We did have one disloyal leader, but unfortunately they also flipped like two other generals, including my best general and their armies, which made no sense because they were all 100% loyal. So the things that need to be sorted out there, I think, as far as Paradox is concerned, but that's okay. We're not going to complain too much about it. We were able to grab some mercenaries and beat down the last few locations where they had land holdings and put it together. So let's take a look at where we are now and what we need to do in order to be prepared for the next battle. When we take a look at Rome here, they are getting manpower at a rate of 632 a month. They do have 34 cohorts. Financially, they are doing okay. They have 209 with the, going up 24 a month. Financially, ourselves, we are going up pretty much the same rate, but we have a lot more money. That being said, our manpower is similar to theirs, but absolutely no cohorts. So we need to get caught up on them with manpower and prepare ourselves for another fight. Financially, we're doing okay, so we should be able to manage quite well. We're basically double them across the board in techs, which is good. I think right out of the gate, we're definitely going to take a look at our Omen and take manpower. We are looking at peace with these guys for, another 5.5 years, I think. Which means we have lots of time to get ourselves organized and prepare for the future. So I'm just actually going to crank up the speed here a little bit and let this thing start to simulate. I want to take a look at some different locations where we can move some people around and be prepared for the manpower push we're going to need. So we need, in order to get one more training camp in here, we're going to need 4 more units. In here we have 4 more tribesmen, which we could just promote. We have 3 more here. A couple of them need to be assimilated. We could afford that. Let's move this one for sure. Like that. In here. Just trying to find the cheapest way to get... let's go ahead and promote that guy. A storm! Send them funds to rebuild, lose money. Send them helping hands, manpower we cannot afford. Or, take a hit. I'm going to go ahead and spend the money, I think. We have lots of it. Certainly can't afford the manpower, so that's fine. I'm going to move this guy in here. And we're up to 58. Just need 2 more. I'm going to go ahead and move these slaves and promote them. Like this. And promote. More money coming in. That's actually going to give us a 10% national manpower buff. Nope, it won't. Wait a minute. Did they tip the cup back over? They did tip the cup back over. I'm wondering if that's getting tipped back over when I reload a save. I almost lost my 10% national manpower buff. Damn you, game. It's a good thing I caught that. The cup got tipped over. That's brutal. Where am I? Where was that? Trade review. Yeah, what the hell? Why you do this to me, game? Alright. So these guys are now up to 59. It's a total of 60. And I can get another push in here. We're up at the 101. That's training camp boost is actually going to be 70% here shortly. So that's good. I'm paused right now for some reason. Over here, we do have another manpower location we're putting together. We could use a whole bunch more guys in here. We do get the 40% boost on our training camp. So let's try to find some more freemen to get moved about, including some right here. Need to go next door. How many more do you need here? 34. We need 6 more guys in here to get another training camp there. We are against it on civic power. One thing I was looking at, I was considering the possibility of using some oratory power to change a law. Because if you go in here, we can actually see... Okay. Let's just put you in there. For now, one thing you can actually see in here is that when you go into our... in here. You can see that minus 10% for nobility emissions law. And I was like, let's get rid of that. What are our options? And then I came in here. And if you go down here to the bottom, you can actually see nobility emissions law. We're actually getting 10% citizen happiness in translation for that national manpower loss. So we are actually getting a nice benefit for that, helping us with our research. But my thought was, what are our other options? Well, we could flip that. Go to martial education, but that would hurt us dramatically on our citizen happiness, which we definitely do not want to do. And then the other options aren't particularly good either. The monthly wage impact and general loyalty does nothing for us. We could go national manpower, really big negative. If this is something you'd want to do if you were just going to go really, really heavy on mercenaries at some point. So there's not really a lot of good options here. The only one you could do is just a no-impact professional generals kind of thing. But I actually do like the fact that we're getting the citizen happiness, because I did take a look around, and there was a number of locations around the nation where that 10% was making a big impact and giving us like all the way to 100% happiness in many cases. So I feel like that's still good. We're losing the 10%, which hurts, but it is what it is. You can't do everything, right? Who are we going to send? This girl's got lots of good stats. I don't know if it has anything to do with stats or not, but this girl's got 30 overall. She is a researcher, so that would be a loss, and he is a researcher. I could take a popularity hit and not send either of them. I think I'm going to do that. I don't want to get hit on popularity. I'm going to go into characters. I think that we lost... That sucks. We had a 12 pip general, and when he flipped... I don't know what happened. Because for whatever reason, even though it was fully low, he flipped to the rebellion, and now he's gone. And I don't know... That is really, really frustrating. We lost a lot of characters in that. Yeah, that's disappointing to say the least. We still have this one guy who's a 10. Prisoner approaches. Get a lot of money, get some oratory. We don't need money. We can always figure out ways to use oratory, so let's do that. We do have a lot of assimilation to do. Actually, not... yeah, assimilation. Oh, that reminds me. In fact, that's actually the oratory power that we're going to need. There is one other thing I want to take a look at. Let me move you there, and grab this. We would gain Freeman promotion cost. Okay. Is the... we need some assimilation here. If you take a look at our culture, all these guys are the wrong culture for us. So we need every effort we can to change these over. So I'm going to go ahead and get ourselves into cultural assimilation. It is going to create a little bit of unrest. Unfortunately. But anywhere where we need to get it, we will. Now here, we actually don't really need it. As you can see here, we're actually all the right culture. So we could actually change this one out And I'm actually thinking about maybe going to civilization effort. If we take a quick look, what's our civilization levels in here? 35. Yeah, getting our civilization levels up could make a big difference on our overall happiness. I feel like that could make a big difference there. So let's go to civilization effort in here and get that multi-civilization up big time. Some more money for us. And here I like the cultural assimilation because we do actually have a whole bunch of little guys out here that need to get switched over for us. And here we do not need it. But I don't really feel like we need another storm. Oh my Lanta. Just pouring through the cash paying for these storms. So options in here. We do have a pretty good civilization value. I guess it could go up more. It could stand definitely get higher. We're at 100% here because civilization value is so high in there because we have all the markets. But everywhere else in this area, I definitely feel like we could probably stand to get some more civilization value. Like these guys, for instance. Civilization value could help. Other option would be another trade route. Offers friendship. I'm gonna say no thanks. It's not gonna help us in a major way. Also, I'll take a little bit of a popularity boost there. Military traditions. We're still looking at 800. Our tech is at 142, which is pretty good. We're actually about to flip over, which is going to give us another discount on that. This is going to change. Now, do we go to... we could do some cornucopia here and encourage trade for an extra route and some commerce income. Go for a little bit more money, which we don't need. Civilization effort could help, but I'm wondering if maybe just another trade route would actually be nice. Get a little bit more money, but ultimately just about the trade route. There's the martial advance. And then we can take a look at our trade routes and see what our options are here. Supply limit, that's not really... nothing really in there. We have precious metals. Is papyrus an option? It is getting... We are... I think did I not start improving relations with these guys? Or no? I have not started improving relations yet. I could do that. Because I'd love to get some papyrus. Let's go ahead and do that. We're still quite a ways off from actually getting it. I thought I had hit that earlier, actually, to be honest with you. Papyrus, 20% research points is huge in the capital area there. They are quite negative because they'll lose their capital bonus. But if we could ever get them to like us a lot... Yeah, I don't know, that might have been a waste. I don't know if we're ever going to get there. It's actually a pretty good chance we don't ever get there, but take a shot at it. I don't really need to improve the loyalty. I'd rather just take that bonus for a couple years. More money, the better. You can see our manpower is going up really nice. 473. I was really hoping to push to 500 there. These guys are at 639. Let's continue to move guys around here. We already did that in there. Let's. We had another one over here. 4 more guys could get us there. Yeah, let's move these guys to Tilia. Let's just keep moving them all. And up to 40 of them there. We're going to get another training camp to boost that. Oratory advances advance. That's what they do. I haven't done much for taking a look at managing this. I did take a quick look. There is a spot here where we do have a training camp. So maybe we could do some promoting here to help get a little bit of an extra boost here. particularly since we don't we have a lot of assimilation to do in this area. Generally speaking, freemen, tribesmen are just simply not something that we care too much about. So I need to get some more civic power so that I can get another trade route going. This is down to 600, but again, since we're not at war yet, we could take a look at waiting. It's hard to figure out. I'm not really... These Greek traditions I find are really weird. We get some good advantages early on. Our light cavalry is doing well. Our heavy infantry is doing well. But now it's like there's a lot of stuff I don't care about in order to get to one thing further down that I do care about. Like the light cavalry offense here, I don't mind doing that, but I got to do 3 to get there. There's a bunch of stuff here I don't care too much about in order to get down to a couple at the bottom I like. Again, same thing here. Just to get to light cavalry morale, I gotta go with a whole bunch of stuff that I don't really necessarily need all that much. So, kind of puts you in a weird spot. Stability-wise, we're making so little. It's hard to try and stab a pig because then you worry that you're not going to get your omen if you don't have enough coming in. Sorry, religion. Yeah, we're about to be at the end of our rope. Oh, we've gained corrupt. Oh man, as if our leader wasn't bad enough. He's dumb. What? When did he get dumb? He's so bad. Money. So bad. Let's get a trade route going. There's not a whole lot of good options. No spice options at all. We'll gain the following expert. Trireme offense. Well, take the money either way. Growth, I suppose, is probably the best. Slave happiness is never really difficult to keep up. Ports, slave output. I'm gonna take livestock just for the bonuses. Not much bonus, but take it. Doesn't really matter. Expansion. Okay. That's really quite disappointing that we've lost so many of those key characters that we had. And we're a long ways from being able to bring in more. That can be frustrating. Okay, let's get that save over with. Playing on the Iron Man is really getting quite slow with having to wait for saves all the time. Our economy's still absolutely booming. I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually doing better than theirs. It is actually slightly doing better than theirs, but they got lots of money now. Our manpower's kind of even, but they actually have cohorts. So we're still not doing great, to be honest. It's probably time to start training a few troops. Start to get some army together. But ultimately, no manpower there. I've got 21 troops. What do they have here? 12 with minimal manpower. These guys are at 10 with a little manpower. Same kind of thing down here. So not a lot. Helping hands there. Okay, so it's time for an omen. These guys still haven't gotten themselves into a war, eh? I was really kind of hoping that maybe some of these guys to the north that are getting quite formidable could get themselves into... Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's a different war there. Maybe that these guys could kind of get themselves into a war with these guys. They're still a local power. It'd be nice if those guys expanded some more and became a regional power. We could maybe grab them for help. But, yeah, I just was hoping that maybe an entanglement would occur here that would... kind of catch them with their pants down, because they did last time. which helped us out. If we're not going to get that, it's going to be a 1v1, and we're going to be finding ourselves in a lot of trouble. So I think I'm going to leave it there. We're going to have to choose our omen. I almost feel like we need to go manpower again, and maybe wait another 5 years and see where we're at. Because it just feels like, you know, they don't have many cohorts, but they got manpower for days. And by the time we make a military capable of competing with those 34 cohorts, we will be in a lot of trouble. Now, again, we can go mercs. We have a lot of mercs in the area, and we can go mercs. We got lots and lots and lots of money. So that is not a problem. It's just a lot more about buying another trade right there, actually. Or market, I should say. So yeah, I feel like maybe it's another 5 years of manpower just to try and. Now I know the longer we wait, they're still doing better in manpower overall, right? They're going at 670, whereas we're going at 458. We're actually doing better than that once we turn the manpower bonus back on, but yeah, I feel like by the time we make an army, we're just not gonna have enough manpower to compete with them. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do, I mentioned this, or I was thinking about this before. I wanted to do a fort right here. Because this fort, there's actually a mountain here. So this fort blocks any passage through here. And it's on a hill. So if they ever tried, like if we ever, you know, declared war and tried to get them to fight on our land, we could really kind of beat them up in here, potentially. And at the very least, it'll stop them from being able to come through this way. We don't have much down this way. I could get another fort up here. This is all flat land, plains, and farmlands for days. We do have a couple of forts back in here that help us, but it probably wouldn't hurt to have another fort here, even though it's on plains, just to block them off. So if we do happen to, for instance, do a push this way, they can't come this way without getting through the fort. So that's probably makes sense to do one here as well. And I think I'm going to put it... I could put it here, maybe behind the river. Or even here. And then they'd have to cross a river, and if we put people on it, like they could, you know, we could kind of potentially... That wouldn't be a bad idea, and it still impedes them from getting through, right? Like, I don't mind this behind the river action here. Let's try that. So let's throw the fort in there. And, okay. I'm actually going to call here there. For reals. I'm out of here. Thank you very much for supporting me. I do appreciate it. Don't forget, if you are enjoying this series, like the videos so that all kinds of other people on YouTube can find them. And once they find them, they can like them too. We'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.